All right, so America's boy, Nicholas Cruz. I just ate I get these Elevate things from Aldi, and it's got like weird nuts in it. I should disclose, well, a few things. The date, obviously, that today's the 26th of July, 2022. Now they're going through the sentencing phase for this child, which that's some white supremacy thing. You know, you're under 18, you're a child. Which that's a bunch of bullshit, first of all, because, I mean, you know, well, still there are parents that use their children to commit crimes. But, yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, I knew better when I was like 13, 14, 10, 5. So, another thing I need to disclose is that I think it was 2007 is when I was no longer supportive. I used to be very supportive of the death penalty. So, yeah, no DP. Bad, bad. A few observations. I'm watching some of the, like that cute little Uber lady. Just check out the Uber testimony. Uber lady testimony. She's just a sweet little lady. She's gotta be old. I mean, she's living off of her retirement, she says, investments. And playing around with Uber, just, I don't know what the point of that is. But she drove him 4.6 miles, took a little more than 12 minutes from where he went, Lexahatchee to the school. This thing's been kind of close to my heart because, well, yeah, it should be anybody. I mean, it was an atrocious. I don't know how people are going to be able to live with. I mean, the PTSD that you're just going to be associated with this. I wonder if you can see my mustache. I got a little mustache I'm trying out for a few days here. I'm running all kinds of tests. You know, I'm into these. When I get something that's going to be like so life changing, you know, tiger seed, obviously, and ozone, and other products. You know, this was, I didn't actually pay for this thing though, but it's probably because I didn't pay for it. It's a little life changing. You know, the idea of a swimming pool. So I've been doing this whole Power Razor thing, and I've been going through these things. They're like, oh, are you serious? But I might have one, so I'm doing some tests on it to really put it to the test. So I grow this mustache out, and then I'm going to cut it down. I'll give you all good. I like to do product reviews. I think I'm seeing geckos running around the patio. I can't really tell. So yeah, we are not on Studio P right now because putting on a new roof upstairs. I've got a problem with all society for this kid, okay? This lady, well, I'm on the Uber lady right now. I'm not on her. She's not like, it's a Broward County girl, you know? They're not, well, maybe she could be, I don't doubt it. She didn't disclose exactly where she lives, but anyway, it wasn't disclosed where she lived. Okay, so maybe it was before, but she was picking him up after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, look, I mean, when I was in high school, we didn't do this kind of stuff. Like, you leave school and then you get an Uber back to the school to go to music class. It was after 2 o'clock. I forgot the time that they said. Maybe it's 2:04 or 2:06 or something. It took 12 minutes to get to the school, 4.6 miles. It's 4.69. This is really bothering me. Whatever. You won't be able to see it, though. I just feel it. So I'm there anyway. It should be kind of strange. You're picking this child up to go back to school. And it's not like you're super rich, like you're Coral Gables or you're in Naples or something to the point where, just throw in some money. You're getting on an Uber to go back to school. Like, why the fuck would you do that at 2 o'clock to go to music class? Why the fuck are you disclosing that you're going to music class? You see where I'm going with this? Like, you should probably, like, think about something here and then probably press the 911 button. Like, what the fuck does this motherfucker have in this bag? Oh, but we don't want to judge, you know what I'm saying? So it was disclosed during the testimony that she noticed the boy was experiencing anxiety and was very nervous. Yeah, you fucking better be kind of nervous when you're about to blow the 17 children he murdered. May have been some older adults as well. So it might not just be children. We're already at 5 minutes. So I got a problem with that, first of all, okay? She should have probably... If you fucking... All of you people, when you see something, say something. I've gotten so much stricter with my couch surfing references, Airbnb references, any hotel or motel where I stay, resort, hostel. Anybody I meet, it's like, can you imagine, like, she could have done something to prevent this. So it's like, you look back at this kind of stuff, it's like, you meet somebody, and it's like, Can you imagine, like, this comes back on you? John Rocker, Carlos Baerga, Jose Mesa. I'm thinking about Carlos Baerga because he had that ground ball that went through his leg. Second baseman, Cleveland Indians. Costed us the World fucking Series. Or you're the guy that misses that tackle, Minnesota Vikings. You know, went and scored against the Green Bay Packers to advance into the NFC Championship game. I mean, there's a lot of kinds of stuff. I don't want to be getting into that, you know. She was basically the last stop for this kid. So it's definitely caused me to really just watch. I mean, if I'm hosting somebody here at my home or I'm being hosted by them, and you see some really strange twitches, and then all of a sudden, because you didn't give a reference for that person, something happens, you should feel kind of like fucked up, weird, like, shit. Yeah, I noticed something was kind of strange with this dude, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to. I didn't want to make people feel bad, like, you know, get people mad at me because I'm judging this person. Okay, you know, we were wrong. So the fuck what? You were wrong, and you reported them. Just fucking report it. At least have documentation that it's not like, I mean, yeah, the reality is police and prosecutors, these fucks are a bunch of fucks. My sheriff, he's a fucking alcoholic. He can't commit to anything, disloyal motherfucker. My sheriff of Volusia County. Heavy crime in Volusia County. Probably because we got Daytona Beach and that raceway over there, NASCAR. My heart goes out to the lady. It really does. The Uber lady. But it should be kind of strange when you're around anybody. It just, shit doesn't seem right. But don't judge. Okay, and then the prosecution, under their own fucking admission. This is one of the biggest problems. Remember, these are the same prosecutors who would be a part of that clan, that gang clan, okay, I know what I'm talking about here, of that whole Derek Chauvin shit. Taking out the Honorable, the Great George Floyd. Whereby they argued one of the potential causes of death is carbon fucking monoxide. Oops, it was just an accident. We left the car running and there was just carbon monoxide in the air and this guy just really... Okay, so this lady, whatever, prosecution admits Broward County, these fucking idiots, there was inadequate security at the school. Which now it's way better. But guess what? You're gonna have other shit going on now. We can do the Ted Cruz stuff all the way. What I mean by Senator Ted Cruz stuff is his idea is to have bulletproof windows, and I think he wanted all this teachers to carry. Like what? This guy's They're all a bunch of fucking. They're probably all eating cow's milk cheese. 96 point. I think like 97% of Americans are eating cow's milk cheese. I do not eat. I've been out off of cow's milk cheese since November 2020. Cognition improving. Cow's milk cheese is a hormonal drug, and it's 40% of what morphine is. So, the child. Now listen, I prefer to go upon my own evidence, which my evidence is candor, getting away from all this stuff, looking at everything, and not having a bias on anything. Let's just see what's out there. The state has a lot of different things that they do. They'll hire their expert witnesses to look into things the way they want to see things and create things and mold things into their own delusions. But then you got people that came up to me. I was in Broward County. I met a dude. What does Jason do? Wow, you were in Broward County? Dude, what about that one dude? Did you ever see that guy? Nikolas Cruz? Oh, yeah, he's right across. He was right across. He explained everything. I don't want to believe it or anything at first. Like, okay, you can talk all your shit all you want. He was right across, like, his, whatever, those cell or whatever. He's in the same pod, and he had this not screen, what do you call that thing? Like a window that was in front of him. And he says, let me show you what this dude did. I'll show you how he did things. He started mimicking this kid. He's like, yeah, he would go like this, and then he would turn. He would do that for like, he went back and forth walking in his cell for hours, he says. Hours, man. And he gets pissed off and he says, oh man, this kid's he's getting like, another thing I saw too, they had to bring in like these pillowcases, these garbage bags, all kinds of different things into his cell because he was getting so much mail. And he was, what was it? I guess they're somehow putting money onto his concessions or something. There's like some way that these inmates can get dollars put onto their, whatever it is, okay? So, he got just hundreds of thousands of dollars to just have on his books to play around with. He said his kid was always eating like all day long, but he said the kid was crazy. He goes, he was crazy. He would mumble things to himself and just talk shit. So this guy named Carlos. This guy was an inmate. He was in for drugs, and he's a potential murder suspect, and he got out because they had the wrong guy, kind of thing. I meet these people, I meet the weirdest, strangest situations. So that's just like fucked up. What he explained to me. You gotta think the kid's kind of crazy, right? So I'm gonna share this video of who I think is a good psychologist. I like him a lot. He really knows his shit. But this kid was just pacing back and forth. Oh my god! But this guy really breaks it down for you, which you're not gonna hear this a whole lot in. Because these attorneys are really fucking lazy. They're just working for dollars. They don't care about evidence and things that really do matter. Like the Law and Order. I've seen a few of those episodes of Law and Order. I'm blind, so I can't really get into the whole television thing. Even the dead dads, like who the fuck watches TV if they want to be the slightest bit successful and healthy in life? All right, so I don't usually have my air on during the day. I'm smelling it. It smells like the vents need to be cleaned, maybe. Never really pay much attention to it. I might be in a spot where I can really catch it. Or, you know what, anyway, this guy talks a lot about, and the guy, Carlos, the they call them. There's a word for these jailhouse snitch. We'll call Carlos jailhouse snitch number one. He's the only jailhouse snitch I talked to. But he's telling me, he goes, no, this kid, what's going on with this kid? Nobody don't know this, Jason. He goes, I met this Carlos guy, by the way, at Jubilee Center. So my license, I was robbed February 2nd, 2000. It was the Super Bowl day. So I didn't have a license. I ended up meeting some people. Said, go down there, they'll help you get your license. And anyway, it was in Hollywood. Just to the one block to the west of US 1 between Sheridan and something else. So that's where I met this guy, and he was very much homeless. I mean, there's a lot of people homeless, like they live in like mommy and daddy's place, or they'll live in friends' places and stuff. Yeah, this guy's like, he had nowhere to go because he's wanted for all these fucking things. But he's real cool. He's keeping it real, But anyway, he says no. This kid's not just loaded with fan money, but his mom just died. I'll try to remember what year it was. I think it was 2020. Yeah, I met this guy. Because remember, this incident happened, the shooting, Valentine's Day, February 14th, was it 2018? All right, so yeah, and then I bought that new cell phone. I've had my phone now for more than 2 years. It's a Motorola E6. Now I just got a new one last month. I used the old ones for Wi-Fi. So he says there's a I don't know. You have to look at probate court for this, I guess. Yeah, duh. His mother died, and his kid was adopted. The media is making this out like he's a good little Christian boy raised by mommy and daddy who are like Jehovah's Witnesses or some kind of Pentecostals or Baptist, evangelical people, or just bad parents, or maybe it's just random stuff happens. No, you got a lot of shit going on here, people. When you're involved in any kind of estate litigation, it's litigation, just call it what it is, then there's people fighting for these dollars. So the people who took him on, family of, and he was adopted, y'all. It's big, okay? He's not this typical American. He was born in the United States of America, but his family who took him on is Cuban. The mother, the biological mother, heavy drug user, probably when he was in the womb. Father, biological father, that's an interesting one too. I mean, I have children, 7 children. Where are they? State won't talk. Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, something's going on. Why? Okay, now here's the thing, where I'm going with this is this. Children and Family Services. These people are fucking guilty, straight up. I mean, there was multiple agencies involved with this child because he was a fucking mess. Always trying to go at it with people. I mean, we know those kind of people, who those kind of people are in school. We've seen those people, I mean, I was pretty close to that. I was a nasty child. But then I met my father, just by meeting my biological father, not that anything he said or did, it's just strange. It all changed. I wasn't, punk anymore. But it's important that y'all know the truth about this Nikolas Cruz kid. He doesn't come from the silver spoon American lifestyle that the media has been portraying him to have come from. I mean, it's really, really fucked up bad. I mean, one of the worst situations that I've ever heard. I'm not kidding you. I'm not trying to exaggerate this. This shit is for real. And on top of that, I'm just going to finish off with this here, maybe another minute. This kid's a fucking pothead. 17 years old. Maybe it was 18 or 19. I don't remember. But he said he smoked it because it felt him, calm him down. But yeah, the reason it destroys your nociceptors. there's these little things at the ends of your nerves that it like kind of like wipes out, and then also there's also a thing that pot damages into the cerebral wall thing in your brain. When you smoke weed, I mean, it's similar to smoking cigarettes because just smoke in itself is very toxic. And then on top of that, people are fucking drinking alcohol in this country, like it's going out of, well, even if it is going out of business, you probably wouldn't want to mess with it anymore. Why is it going out of business? They're drinking it like it's some kind of fucking like health drink, which you should be drinking a health drink, right? Because it's supposed to be healthy. So there's some very important evidences that people need to know about this whole, like, what's really going on with all these DP cases. I've seen it in Ohio. We're number 2 in the nation, behind Texas. I'm here in Florida right now. They also have it. They don't have it in New York, which they don't have as many murders in New York and homicides as they do anywhere else in New Jersey. I mean, Children and Family Services has this under it, which is CPS. This organization, this agency, is kicking ass. Just tearing the fucking cover off the ball. A lot of people complain about it. Oh, well, they took my kids. They call them kids. Children. I'm telling you right now, 100% of the time, they've been right on. They did the right thing, taking your kids away from you. This is a child who should have been taken away from the people who got him after the mother died off. The adopted father had already been dead for like a minute. He'd been dead for like more than a decade. So this child's going through all kinds of fucking trauma. My heart goes out to the victims. I went to Marjorie Stoneman at Douglas High School after it happened, maybe a week or a few days, I don't remember, but I got pictures on my Facebook of it, video on my YouTube, I believe. Yeah. And I just can't even talk about it anymore. It hurts too much to think about this kind of stuff. I mean, where the fuck is the security? I gotta do that every time. The left nose, I gotta itch it all the time. I make my videos. I'm safer in here because the bugs aren't getting me. Oh my God. When you keep children, they've got to be heavily supervised away from their biological parents, like this shit. And this lady, I mean, drugs. The mother. You got a man here who doesn't never did any drugs. Smoked weed 4, 5, 6 times in my entire life. I don't do alcohol, cigarettes, vaping. I can't even find my children. I don't know what they're I don't know the biological mothers. And I'm set financially. So these American taxpayers, its successors and/or assigns, are really getting ripped off somehow, somewhere. This is sick. Huh. That's how backwards this country is. So, you need to know the truth about this kid and in the case to know more about the United States of America. My uncle, through my mother marrying a guy, 1989 or 1990, she met the guy and then married to him in 2000 or 2001. So the guy's brother-in-law, which would be my uncle kind of thing, he was superintendent of the year 2004. He had no problem with my mother, and with his brother-in-law, living in his basement in Newark, Ohio, using drugs. Never reported it. Me, I was a child around drugs most of my childhood. He never told anybody about this. Fucking tell somebody, people. I mean, this is what's going on in this country. And look at me now, you know, I've got 7 children who are never going to know their biological father. How are they going to find this guy? You know, it's like me. I'm the guy. And you wonder how fucked up they could probably, or they're already probably, I'm sure, ending up to be. Financially, how do you live without, you know, because you need both the father and the mother financially, and obviously hugs and kisses. My children, you know, Jason, Haven, Ruby, Levi had hugs and kisses just for a few years, but that's another issue. But still, I'm going back to the Nikolas Cruz thing. It's a fucking mess. So I'm going to give you all the truth about what's really going on here. So, I mean, I may have already talked about this in other videos on YouTube, but now you got more.